Hi everyone, it's Tammy with Frou-frou Studio. I had started filming this video and my camera went wacko, and so I have gotten a little bit of a start on what we're doing, but I can recap her quickly. I haven't gotten far enough along to even matter. I am working on week 2 of the color combo challenge. If you are going to participate or want to participate and do have Instagram or are making a video, you can use this hashtag and I will find those and link the videos in my playlist so everybody can see what you're creating. And if you use this hashtag on Instagram, then it will post all the pictures in the same place and you can kind of see what everybody else is coming up with for the different weeks. For week 1, I introduced the color that we're going to use for the first 4 weeks, which was gray. And we did the gray and orange, which I'll flip this back right here. Kind of go in reverse a minute. This was my big project. And then I also created a little quick project, which I'm going to do again today. And I'll show you those, that one when we get to it. But you can use any kind of substrate that you want. If you want to make ephemera, you're welcome to do that. It could be tags, index cards. You can do a book like I'm doing. You can do, a piece of paper. You can do a sketchbook. You can do whatever you want to. The only rule that I have and I require is that you use the color combo that we're working on for the week. That's it. Other than that, you can, you're welcome to do whatever kind of project that you want to do with it. Maybe you want to do just mixed media, and use your pencils and your paints and your inks and, all that kind of stuff. That's fine. Maybe you want to use fabrics. That's fine. The idea is to get outside the box that you have put yourself in by using colors that you like and try to explore new colors and expand the way that you make things to include other color combinations and to increase, your customer base or increase your ability to do different kinds and styles of journals or journaling, other than just those few colors that you love. And I'm guilty of this, and this is one reason I came up with this challenge. And that's one reason that I work in this book, because to me, this book is my get away from everything book. This is for nothing but for me, and it is for me to wind down and not think about projects that I have to get done or videos that I have to get done or, deadlines that I have to meet. It is just simple journaling time for me that I do because I like to collage. So, anyway, we're working on gray and yellow, and I got down this one piece of background, and so that's all you missed in the first part. And so I'm going to continue on making my background here, and then we will put our focal points on. And this is all just scrapbook paper that I had in my scrap bin. And that's another good thing about this challenge, is it allows you to go through your scrap bin and get rid of some stuff that you probably had in there forever because you don't like the color or you don't know how to incorporate the color. And so that's another great reason to try this challenge, because it will help you get rid of some of those things that you've not used in forever. like I said, I'm just going to get down my background here real quick. I'll do it that way because that rough edge is showing. I try not to do something that's too thick in this book because I don't want it to get too thick by the time that I finish the challenge, even though it will. I'm the world's worst about creating book. I like layers. So I hope everybody has had a good weekend. It is still the weekend when I'm filming this. For those of you that are new, and thank you so much for hopping on over, Amy. Thank you so much for sending folks over to participate in this challenge. I really appreciate it. I still work full-time, and so most of my journaling and videos are done on the weekends. I do not work on Friday. So I use Friday and Saturday and Sunday to do all of my videos and my makes for my shop, my Etsy shop, and all my new listings. So when I do have new things available, they're going to be available probably on Sunday evening, because that's usually when I list everything that I've made. I'm just going to ink around my little mouse here. He's my gray element. It's my little mouse. And then the cheese is just scrapbook scrap that I cut into a circle, and I cut that triangle out of it to make him look like he has stolen a piece. And I'm going to put that piece in his hand. Hands. And I just poked some holes in it with a hole punch. I want to do it. I think I want to turn it up this way, actually. Yes, Timmy, let's take an hour to decide how we want this piece of cheese in his hand. I might cut that off a little bit. I feel like it's a little big. Maybe I could put a little like that, because you can see that, can't you? Just want to make it a little uneven there on the edge, so it looks like he's chewed it a little bit. Okay, I'm going to glue the cheese in his hand. Like that. Okay, and then on the other side, I'm going to put this butterfly. I'm going to cut it a little closer. to cut the antennae off. And then I'll draw them back on or something. I don't like all that white that's around them when you try to cut around them. And you can't get it thin enough otherwise. And then I want to incorporate some of this wacky paper here. Actually, I think I'm going to tear it. So thanks to everybody that's left feedback about the project. I appreciate it. And I hope if you haven't joined yet that you decide to, and that you find it interesting and learn something about yourself, because that's why I'm doing it. And I may find out, you know, when I get through with this, yep, it's true. I still really don't like yellow. And if that's the case, then that's fine. I can live with that. Or I'm going to decide, you know what, it's not so bad. I can do that every once in a while. And the most important thing, guys, is use your scraps. Use what you have. I mean, this is the perfect opportunity to do that, because, you know, if you look at my scraps, you're not going to find very much blue or teal or even red. You know, the colors I like. You're not going to find a whole lot of that. But you're going to find a ton of yellow. And you're going to find a ton of green, probably, because I don't have a tendency to pick green a whole lot when I'm journaling. Although I like green. I mean, you know, other than if I'm doing something botanical or something like that. But as far as green, you know, as a solid or even a printed scrapbook paper or digital, you're going to find, you know, a lot of green in my scraps. And this is a vintage berry ticket for 6 quarts of berries. Just to kind of bring a little vintage piece in here. And give him something to kind of stand on. I'm using art glitter glue for all of this. It's my go-to most of the time. Either this or 3-in-1. I do use a glue stick occasionally, but I'm not a huge fan of a glue stick. I don't think it sticks well all the time, and I think it warps the paper a lot. So especially if I'm doing a collage, I don't tend to use a glue stick. Now, if it's all just flat paper, like copy paper, I'll use a glue stick. But if you've got shiny paper or thicker cardstock or, you know, something like that, then I don't tend to use a glue stick. This is just a little cigarette card. It's not a real one. It is one that I got in a kit. And I think it was part of 49 Markets, one of their little ephemera kits. And then I'm gonna take my Staedtler 0.1 pen and just making some little antlers, as Gail Augustinelli says. Put some antlers on him. And I'm gonna take, this is some of my faux old tape, vintage tape. And I made this with packing tape and parchment paper for it to stick on so it would peel off afterwards. And butterscotch alcohol ink. And you just put the packing tape down on the parchment paper and then dab the alcohol ink on it and let it dry, and you get that old vintage tape look. And then you can theoretically peel it off of the parchment paper and stick it onto your project. And I can't get this one started. But I make this, I've just put down, you know, a bunch of strips on the packing paper, and then do it all at the same time so I have like a supply, and then I can just use it on my projects. I have a video, I believe, on how I made it, but it's really simple. It's harder to get the back off of it than it is to make the tape. How's that? And it shouldn't be this hard. It's just one of those days. Seriously? I'm just going to put a piece of this on there, but I don't want to sit and struggle with it all day. Oh my goodness, guys. Okay, we may pass on that for the moment, considering I cannot get that started. Okay, we won't worry about that right now. But you know, I would do it like something like that or something to, once I get that off, which is obviously not going to happen right now. Oh, there we go. There we go. I got a little piece. Let's make it look like it's holding this on there. There you go. We did it. I don't know why it won't come off. It's not like it's stuck to that packing paper. There we go. There we go. Now I feel like I need one more piece on the other page. Oh, look. See? That's how it comes off. So it just comes off like that. All right. So I don't think I'm going to use this ticket. I was going to at first, but I don't think I need it. Nope. But I am going to do a little bit of stamping, I think. So let's see what we got here. Let's do maybe some numbers. Maybe another circle. Maybe a little bit of text. We're going to try to use archival hickory smoke. Let's see what that looks like. I'm not worried about perfect here. I'm just trying to get something in the background. Put a circle, some circles over here to kind of go with the circles in here. These are all Tim Holtz stamps. I'd like to get one about right in there. And then one about right here. Okay, so there's our big piece. Let me take my, this is a Stabilo All. I'm sure you, if you came over from Amy at Crafty Cat, you know that she uses this Stabilo All as well. It is a pencil that was designed to use on like china and glass and stuff like that to, I think my water pens are dry, so that you could mark on those things, and then once you sold them, or you know, you could put pricing on things, metal or glass and things like that, and then once you sold it or you wanted to get rid of the marks that you put on it, you just would put some water on it and it would wash away. When my dad was in the military, he used to have them in his office. He was in the motor pool after he quit flying, and they used them there to mark different parts for different vehicles and things like that. But they called them wax pencils, and I used to love when he would bring them home to me because I always thought they were so cool. And they had a little, I don't know how to explain it, but you, to sharpen them, it had a little string, and you pulled the string down a little bit and it uncoiled. I don't know if you all have ever seen them or not, but they were really neat. But same idea as these. And somewhere along the line, artists figured out that they could use these and they were good for shadowing and so forth and so on. And so that's kind of how they went from being a tool for retailers or, you know, parts makers to being something that artists use. Which I think is great for junk journaling because, you know, that's what we do. We make things that are one thing into something different, right? So, no different with this. And it just creates a really good shadow effect, I think. And being able to put the water on it and, you know, fade it out and make it look more realistic, that's really cool. And they come in different colors. I have the black and the red and the blue, like a navy blue. But the black is by far my favorite, although the blue works really well too. I don't really use the red that much. On occasion, but not as often. The black is definitely more used than any of them. And it will not dry as dark as what you're seeing it here, because you're seeing not only the black, but you're seeing the, you know, the fact that it's wet as well. So, all right. So that's that. So let's move on quickly to the quick project, and then we'll be done. All right, what I am using for the quick project is I found these index cards at the thrift store. They have this neat little ring all the way on them already on them, and they had these little plastic covers already on them. So in this flips and keeps them all shut. So I thought I grabbed them, and I've flipped it over to the back side so all my cards are blank. They are lined on the other side, and so I'll be able to write the color combos on the back so that I know what color, even though I can tell by looking at it in most cases, if I've done it right. But it'll let me record, you know, whatever I want on the back. So, and actually that one didn't have any lines on the back. That was weird. Okay. Yeah, that's real weird that that one didn't have any lines. All right, so for this one, I have chosen this kind of tulle looking piece of paper. Again, this is, I believe, one of the little 4x6 pads or whatever from Hobby Lobby. I got a bunch of them. I want to say it was at least 3 years ago. They put a bunch of them on clearance that I guess they were going to quit carrying. And they were to like a ridiculous price. Like, I don't know, a dollar or something. And I just grabbed a bunch of them thinking, you know, hey, these are $1. Yeah, like I'm ever going to use all these. But anyway, I did it. I grabbed them. So I have a bunch of them. And then I'm going to use this paper. This is just a little scrap that I had. Now, this paper is yellow and gray, and I actually love this paper. So, I will say that there are some yellow and grays that I can tolerate, but as you can see, this is more of a mustardy yellow. This is a part of a what are you trying to say? Painting that I have in a book about Whistler, who's one of my favorite artists. And I just cut this portion out because she's got on this yellow dress. And so I thought that I would use that. This is going to be really quick because I want this little project to be a quick project. I don't want it to take a lot of time. I don't want to think about it. I just want to put it down. So this is another option for if you don't have a lot of spare time. You can still participate and just do a little something. You know, it could be a little Rolodex card, or a little tag, or just something. And you can still participate and get the benefit of the exercise without spending a lot of time doing it. And that's the whole point. Okay, and I think I'm going to do a little bit of stamping up in this corner. May have to take my, nope, that's okay. I started to say I may have to take my ring off, but it worked. I am going to ink around the edges, and I'm going to take just the ink pad itself, the hickory smoke archival, and go around the edges. Okay. Let's put our little ladies down here. So yeah, when you go to look for books to use in your journals or whatever, check out the art books, because a lot of them have, you know, the smaller pictures of the art, and you can fussy cut those and use them. Of course, you can't, most of them, I'm sure, or, you know, you couldn't photocopy and use in digitals. But one, this is for me. I'm not, you know, reselling it or anything like that. And two, I'm using the original picture, not a photocopy. And I'm not sure what the rules are for, you know, something like that. That's a famous painting. A picture. A photo of a famous painting, I should say. Now see, that one I was able to leave the antennae on because they were thicker. And so I could get around those pretty good and use them. Okay, so there's our quick project. And I'm going to go around this just along the bottom here, so they don't look like they're floating. I'm going to have to fill my brushes up. All right. Let's clean up the mess here real quickly, and then we'll look at what we did. And we'll be done with week 2. I don't know how I get out so many things when I'm working. just end up having stuff everywhere. But that's okay, as long as we clean it up when we're done. All right, so here is our big piece. And here's our quick piece. Quite pleased with both of those. They're very different, but that's okay. I like them. So here is where we are so far. First 4 weeks, focus color is gray. Last week we did gray and orange. Today we're doing gray and yellow. Next week will be gray and blue. So there is no time limit on this. You're welcome to start it and finish it anytime that you want. The videos will be available on my YouTube channel in the playlist, so you can feel free to watch them at any time and see what the prompts are and see, you know, if you don't want to do this first 4 because you really just can't tolerate gray, then, you know, after we get through with this 4, we'll have a new color and we'll do that color for 4 weeks. So join in when you can, where you can, and I hope everybody has fun. And please leave your comments below if you have any suggestions or any questions, and I'll be glad to respond just as quickly as I can. Until Thursday, actually I'll be back on Wednesday to do Amy's challenge, her 50 card stack challenge, and then I'll be back on Thursday for I Saw It on Pinterest. Until then, everybody stay safe and stay healthy, and we'll see you Wednesday. Bye.